I was only 42 years old, healthy. Breast cancer was the last thing I thought about. I was told that I had breast cancer. My first thought was, am I going to die? Who's going to take care of my son? My first time I had insurance. I didn't have to worry about the financial part. In 2004 was my second diagnosis. Went to a doctor totally unrelated to this issue, and he asked me how long it had been since I had a mammogram. And I told him 4 years, and he said, "You know better than that." I said, "I do, but I have no money to get a mammogram."
Pam came in for a free mammogram, and when we heard her story that she'd already had it before, we wanted to be very diligent and make sure that we got her a diagnostic mammogram instead of a screening mammogram. Cancer Services has been in existence for 49 years, and we are advocates for local cancer patients. We do whatever we can to lighten the burdens of illness, whether that was financial assistance for prescriptions, transportation, home health care equipment, or just being there to hold their hand.
I didn't want to come here. My first thought was, I don't have the money to have anything done, and I'm sure they're not going to pay for everything. But I knew at that point I had no choice. I had a son, I had grandkids. My dad was still living, and I knew I wanted to live, so I needed to do whatever I needed to do to make that happen.
And it was actually the second time she walked through the door that was more memorable. She came in and I gave her a big hug to see how she was doing and everything, and "How you doing?" And she said, "Well, Jennifer, I think I'm going to have to file for medical bankruptcy." And I said, "That is not an option."
Fortunately, I walked away from another mastectomy, follow-up visits, and I did not pay 1 cent. Thanks to the funding from Susan G. Komen that provides mammograms here and with Cancer Services, I'm alive today, that now I can help other women that are facing the same situations and letting them know that they don't have to worry about the money either.
First funder I had was the Komen Foundation, and they are our biggest funder, and their mission runs right along with ours. We're real proud that we've had several women, and I believe we're at 16 right now that we've diagnosed through this program in 8 years. It's a huge success for Cancer Services and a huge success for Komen. These women would have not have had a mammogram otherwise. They would have died with breast cancer probably because they would have not have known they had it. I always promised her when a job came open that I was going to call her, and it took 3 years, but the first time I had an opening in that department, that's where we called her, and so she's, I can look right across the hall and see her sitting at her desk, and it just makes us feel really good that we have one of our survivors working with us.
It's just amazing that I've come this far and being able to give back now like they gave to me and help some other woman with encouragement and finances, whatever the need is, because we'll find a way.